Hello, everybody! I'm going to be reviewing the movie Obsession. I'm very excited to talk about this movie. I've been excited to talk about it for a while, because I saw it, I think about 2 weeks ago now. But I wanted to get out that final season of The Boys review, and then I went on vacation. This movie has not left my mind though in those 2 weeks. In fact, there has not been a day in the last 2 weeks that I have not thought about the movie Obsession. One might say I'm obsessed with the movie Obsession. No, 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 no. Uh, if you've been online, I mean, my internet feeds are full of it too, so it's impossible for me to open Instagram or YouTube or literally any social media platform and not see like some clip from the movie or like one of the actors talking about something. It's just impossible for it to leave my headspace. Uh, and if you're like a movie follower, if you're keeping in touch with what the hot movies are right now, you've probably heard about this one. If only because it's been in theaters for 3 weeks now, and each week it makes more and more money, which is almost unheard of, especially 3 weeks in. Like for reference, last weekend it did better than the new Star Wars movie that was in its second week. Like that's crazy. That's especially because this is like a low budget horror movie. This does not have any established actors, and the premise is not particularly, it's an original film, like it's not based on anything, but the premise is not particularly like nothing you've seen before. I mean, I'll compare it to like another horror movie that think I'm gonna go see today, Backrooms. Like that's based on something. That's based on a semi sort of original idea. Like that's this is not. Obsession is a love potion gone wrong. Be careful what you wish for story, which I initially was not interested in. I was like, I've seen that. I've like seen that done. I'm not particularly a fan of that kind of story trope. I think it can be fun, but it kind of wears its welcome quickly, usually. But I will say, like, even just from teaser clips I was seeing online in the marketing, I was like creeped the hell out. So I was kind of scared to see it too. And yeah, I mean it's scary. It's got a scary vibe. It's not scary in like it's trying to jump scare you. It's trying to get you, you know? It's like psychological horror thriller at its best. Like it's not just two characters, but it's these two main characters. Like the performances are just like so creepy. I mean, just that lead actress, like I've had to watch several, like I've had to watch interview clips of her to be like, okay, she no longer creeps me out just like seeing her. Uh, but like her character in the movie, even just seeing a clip, the only clip, the no, 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 I thought we were having a nice date clip. That's like the only clip of the movie that I've seen enough times for it to like, for like the scariness of it to have distilled. It's genuinely like I'm not usually like I don't usually have lingering, like I'll be scared when I see a horror movie, but I don't usually have a lingering unsettling feeling after. For the couple days after I watched this movie, I was like looking around, like if I was in my house and the lights weren't on, I was like looking in a corner like, is she over there? Is she over there in the corner? like thinking, and it's not like she's not like she's not particularly demonic. She's not like this like otherworldly entity. There's like some little bits of like kind of horror-y things like that, but on it's like 95%, it's like 99% just the performance. It's just like sheer performance, just like sheer creepy, like great acting. And the acting's not just like great for a horror movie. I'll go into why it's like just a phenomenal performance, but I kind of have to spoil the movie. So basically, if you like movies with good acting, if you like really really smart scripts and well executed like like psychological horror, go see this. Even if you think the premise sounds not that interesting, trust. It's that it is like extremely well done. Um, but yeah, I'll kind of go into the things because I feel like this movie is written also with the awareness that this is a trope you've seen before. Like it's not like trying to be mind blowing. It's just trying to tell a really good story, uh, and also like be scary, and also be a fun horror movie. And like but it has something to say. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that there's several things in this movie, moments where I'm like, oh, this makes this more interesting than the premise would suggest. And the first one, and I'm going to start going into spoilers. If you don't know the premise, it's main guy makes a wish on this thing called the One Wish Willow, and he wishes that his crush was in love with him more than anyone else in the world. So then she starts being obsessive and scary, and that's called obsession. And that's the premise of the movie. Not particularly interesting, uh, but the way it's done. Like first off, the first thing that really grabbed me, that made me go, okay, this is an interesting take on this premise, is you hear me just describe that pitch line, and you assume, oh, the guy gets rejected by his crush, and then he makes this wish, right? But no, he actually doesn't. He can't work up the courage to ask out his crush. He's got this obsessive crush that he's been holding on to. It's like the childhood best friend crush trope, and he's given like a direct in to, like, she directly asks him, "Do you like me?" Uh, like, the obviously implication being, and he's like, "As a friend," and like he can't get himself to do it, so he makes this wish instead. That's already so much more interesting because it's vague. Now it's like, would she have gone out with him if he'd actually just asked her out? Like the question is not answered, and I've seen plenty of people online who are like, no way she would have gone out with him. But I think there is an argument to be made that maybe she would have. I think, like, there's no way she was obsessed with him the same way there's no way she had like this long lingering crush on him the same way he did. But there's an argument to be made that she might have entertained the crush and at least like tried going out on a date with him. But I think it's just so much more interesting and compelling, and it makes him his character more morally ambiguous and like frustrating. Also, like the Bear, the main guy, is a very frustrating main protagonist to watch in a good way. Like very intentionally frustrating in his inability to like take action, and that becomes like a part of the plot throughout the movie as things get worse and worse and worse. It's like there are these very clear points where the writing makes no qualms about like, dude, you need to take action. You need to take action now. Why aren't you doing anything? And he doesn't take action until, like, again, spoilers. He doesn't take action until someone is dead, and it's like, whoa, you could have prevented this if you took action way earlier. Like that, I'd say about halfway through the movie, there's a very clear point where it's like, oh yeah, so here's a solution for this that you can use. Here's a solution for this that you can do if you're not a coward. And if you don't want to do that extreme solution, I get that. At least look for some other solutions. No, he just like keeps like, only after the death does he even like try to undo the wish, really? And it's like, bro, you are way too late at this point. Like, it's way too late. And that frustration starts out very early in the movie where it's kind of like, at first he's frustrating but sympathetic. We've all had a lingering crush you have trouble asking out, like, and when he makes the wish, he doesn't know that this wish thing he got from a crystal shop is actually going to do anything. So it's like, yeah, like, he's sympathetic. That but that's another thing that's really like smart about this movie, is it's very intentional about like, he is not meant to be sympathetic by the end. He's like the real villain that like causes it all, and they don't shy away from that in a way that I think a lot of the like love potion gone wrong kind of stuff, it's either like it's played for laughs, so you're not really having to sit in the uncomfortability of what the main character like did, you know, the like rapiness of the love potion concept, or the focus of the blame is placed on, like, it would be easy to write this movie and put the focus of like the wish is what's evil, and that's what he kind of does in the movie, is he never really accepts responsibility for what he did. He just kind of is like, well, why did you shouldn't sell this wish thing, it's evil. But they make a point because later on in the movie someone takes the wish thing, assuming it's not going to work, says, I wish for $1 billion, and he just gets $1 billion in cash. There's no stipulations. It's not a twisted genie, we're going to give you a fucked up version of the wish. No, it gives you what you asked for, which is so, like, smart and damning of the main character. Like, the problem is the wish that the main character made and the decisions that he makes throughout the movie after making that wish and after realizing that the wish actually worked. And so it's just like from the beginning, it's smart. This is just such a smart script, elevated even more. Like it's like, okay, 8 out of 10, really smart script. But then you get the performances. Mainly, I mean, everyone is great in this movie. It's clearly a very well directed movie. Curry Barker, the director, is 7 days older than me, which is really makes me, I gotta lock in, bro. I gotta lock in. Like, what? Because this guy is, I mean, this is basically his first horror movie. He's done some like YouTube horror shorts and like a horror feature, but this is his first like movie with a budget, and not even that big of a budget. It's under $1 million, but still like a movie budget. Uh, and wow, yeah, no, this is about to become the next like hot commodity horror director, because this is a very well directed movie. It doesn't feel like a first movie. Uh, and equally so, the actress who plays Nikki, the girl who is wished upon, uh, Indy Navarrete, the actress who plays her, she is equally so bound for big things. Like, I'll say it, like, this performance should, I don't know, I'm not going to say win an Oscar because I don't know what else is going to come out this year, but it should be nominated for an Oscar. Like, right now it's my winner for like best lead actress, easily. This perform like, and I compare it to some other horror performances that have gotten Oscar noms, like Demi Moore in The Substance, or Amy Madigan won for Weapons. I think what she's doing in this movie with this Nikki character is better than Amy Madigan in Weapons, better than Demi Moore in The Substance. And that's not to dismiss those performances. I just think this one is like operating on a whole nother level, because she's not only playing the scary, obsessed, horror movie monstery kind of like freaky girlfriend, the freaky Nikki they call it. She's also playing like the real Nikki trapped inside, and there's these moments where she's like, there's obvious moments where the real Nikki comes out and is like fighting it, but there's also like all these subtle moments where you're asking yourself, is she fighting this? Is this the real Nikki breaking through, or is this just another freaky Nikki thing? And she also so she's essentially playing like two characters, or at least two versions of the same character, and doing so with such a like complexity, and like she makes you care about not just the real Nikki trapped inside, but also the freaky Nikki who's also sort of trapped. Like, she's trapped in this curse of being like she has this great monologue midway through the movie where Bear's like, I'll sleep on the couch. He's like trying to get some distance, and she does this monologue about how she's like, okay, I'll sleep in bed, but like my soul is slowly like, the absence of you will cause my like soul to be sort of like my being to sort of disappear and be sucked away. It's very human. That's why I sort like, it doesn't like, even though they have these like fun horror movie moments where she does freaky demon-y kind of stuff, the monster character here never feels like not a person. Even when she's like going serial killer mode at the end, she still feels like a complex human being. And like is played with a like, even with the heightened material is played heightened, but also like it's always grounded in something, and grounded in like sympathetic to the point where it makes it easier to see how it reinforces what the script is doing really well, of like emphasizing that Nikki is the victim in this situation and Bear is the one who forced this upon her. Like, Nikki didn't want this. Freaky Nikki doesn't really even like she's essentially forced into an existence where only he is there for her. There's a really haunting moment midway through where he leaves for work and she just stands there smiling, and the camera like pans down. She's like pissing herself because she basically can't do anything when he's gone. That's like you're and that's like a haunting, like, oh, this is how bad it is. Okay. And it's like sometimes she can do things when he's gone. It's more like she just can't, or has no motive, or she has no like will or identity of her own, and can only do things when it's in pursuit of him. And it's in that way, it's like actually commenting on like this movie does have a lot to say about like toxic relationship dynamics, and like, like the other characters in the movie comment on the unhealthiness of the relationship, and like you're taking advantage of her, or she's taking advantage of you. Like, they don't know the full scope of the situation. They don't know that the other characters don't know they're in a horror movie. They just see a toxic codependent relationship and they're like, oh shit. Like, they don't know about the wish. They don't know about the supernatural element. And that's where I think this movie really shines, is like through the performances and the very smart script. It like transcends the tropey like love potion concept, be careful what you wish for concept, and like does something with it that feels very raw and very human and very like impactful, both in like a like equal parts. Afterwards you're like, whoa, that was freaky, and also like, damn, that was sad and tragic, and it to the point where I don't even like I have no desire to watch this movie again, because it's a pretty rough watch. Even though it is like fun and has funny parts, it's really like, it's just really impactful. And the ending is so like, the decision to end on the really overt spoilers at this point, but like at the end of the movie, essentially halfway through, that halfway through point that I was talking about, is when he calls the like hotline for the wish thing, and he essentially, you learn that, okay, if he dies, she's free. So like, if he kills himself, the plot is resolved right now. And I can understand being in that situation. He doesn't like the not. I can understand why the first why he wouldn't just immediately be like, well, I guess I have to kill myself, But there's some things he tries first where he's like, okay, I'm gonna try to get someone else to use a wish to unwish my wish. And that's like, yeah, I get why he goes for that. Again, he doesn't even do that though until after the other character, Sarah, is dead. That's a brutal scene too. Oh my god, that's it. It's like, that's in, she's gonna get killed. The writer knows that So the solution is, we're gonna like make you sympathize as much with Sarah as possible, and then kill her as brutally as fucking possible, and it's brutal. But that's not even the ending. That's just where things ramp up to, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. I mean, I feel like the viewer though, like, as a viewer, you're kind of saying oh shit from the second that the wish is made and Nikki's there. Like, she's freaky even right, like the shift is immediate and obvious, but like subtle. Like, she doesn't immediately ramp into, I love you so much and I'm obsessed with you. She like when the wish first takes effect, she's being subtle about it. She's doing what an actual like manipulative obsessed person would do, trying to court someone early on, and it's really it's just unsettling. It's just, her performance is so unsettling, and but also like so rich with character and emotion and like sympathy, that's why I like, she's already getting her praise as a scream queen, but I think she like really the sky is the limit. Like, Scream Queen is selling it short how good the performance is and how much range she shows in this movie. The final scene. We're gonna wrap back around to the final scene. Bear does kill himself essentially, and like, the decision to, because there's a bear dies, and why am I blanking? Nikki puts a gun to her mouth, and then right as she's about to shoot herself, the wish ends. And what the movie ends on is this absolutely haunting moment of like, suddenly real Nikki is back to normal and there's dead bodies all around and she's just like wailing as the camera like pans to the TV that was on, and it plays a hold me, kiss me, like a sort of like cheesy romance song, but it's fucking like, it's such a bleak note to end on. And it's so like, I've been seeing I've been getting a lot of clips of people like where it's like, oh, I'm going to see Obsession, and then it cuts, and then the next clip is them recording themselves at the end of the movie, like oh, and you can hear in all of these clips, you can hear her wailing, like her wailing plays over the whole credits, and apparently they did that in like one take or two takes, because the original script, she shoots herself and it ends with them both dead, but then they were like, we're gonna shoot it, try it, we like, wait a minute, maybe it'd be better if she doesn't die and we see her like, and it closed. And what a good decision, and what a great, like, again, the performance is so like haunting, like just her crying at the end with like, I'm getting chills just thinking about it. It's so like, even hearing it in these like TikTok videos where it's like just a person, like, I scroll past these videos a lot of the time before they really end, because I don't like, just hearing her wailing is so deeply like unsettling. And it's not like horror movie scary. It's just like, this movie had, it's equal parts like horror movie scary and just like disturbingly tragic and like bone chillingly so. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's incredible. And going, like, coming out of the theater, I had some sort of nitpicks. Like I would have liked to know a little bit more about like Nikki as a person before the wish, or like I would have, like your instinct, you kind of you almost want to know some more aspects of like, okay, how does this wish thing work? What is actually happening to Nikki? But it is like, it's scarier, it's more unsettling and uncomfortable and haunting because things are left so vague. It's vague whether she would have gone out with him had he not asked her out, or had he asked her out. It's vague, like, what's actually happening to her psychologically. It's like vague how even the friend, even the two friend characters, like, it's vague whether they're like, are they actually good friends, or do they kind of have their own selfish interests in mind. Everything about it is just seeped in this like uncomfortable realistic ambiguity. Like, people don't clearly spell out their motives and intentions and behaviors, and I think in horror there is often a tendency to write characters as vessels for scares. And in doing so, you lose a lot of the realism in how a person acts. Like you lose the development of character, the depth of character that feels like real. And when you have that depth of character in a movie that's already like scary and haunting, it's even more haunting. It's more scary. It's more effective. And the horror movies I like the best are the ones where like I care about the characters. If I don't care about the characters in a horror movie that much, it's never going to be more than just like a fun time to me. And this movie really like excels at that depth of character. Like, I think that's kind of the entire, because the premise again is not that exceptional or interesting, but it's that depth of character and the like smartness and how the script displays these like it's a buffet for an actor, and then you've got these actors, especially the one who plays Nikki, but really all of them, that are like elevating that great, that are like taking the buffet they've been given to work with and like working with it to its maximum effect. And it's just, it makes for an incredible movie that you really should watch, even if you're not like a horror fan. If you just like a good acting drama, like my friend Jack is not like I was telling him like maybe don't go see it in the theaters because it uses a lot of really loud audio kind of scares, which might be overwhelming in theaters if you're sensitive to that. If you don't think that's going to be a problem though, like that's the only reason I'd say to maybe not see it in theaters and wait till it's on streaming, because otherwise it really benefits from like being in a room with other people, hearing like being around other people, hearing their uncomfortable laughter at certain moments, or like the gasp, the shock, the and then like and it's a great like walk out of the movie theater and talk about like what the fuck did I just see with your friends kind of movie too. So really, if you have someone to go with, I mean, you could even go see it on a date night. It'd be kind of crazy, but it'll give you some don't do this signals for your relationship. But I think it just really like that's why it's so successful in the it's been had such continued success in the box office right now, is it really like speaks to something. It speaks to like a cultural attitudes around dating, around love versus limerence. Like it makes you really like be invested in its characters, and like it's just, I mean, it's kind of like, as far as this premise goes, it's kind of like a perfectly executed premise, at least with what they set up. It's like, the more I think about it, maybe it's a 10 out of 10. Actually, I gave it a 4 stars on Letterboxd when I came out of the theater, and then the next day I was upping it to 4.5 because I'm like, oh yeah, the movie's sitting with me. Sometimes I need, especially with horror, like I'll come out of the theater so unsettled that it kind of like lowers the score a little bit. But then it's like, okay, is this movie gonna sit with me in a good way? That might bump up my score. I did that with Weapons, and I did that with this too. And now the more that I'm talking about it, the more that I'm like, is it actually a 10 out of 10? It might be. It might be. I'd have to rewatch it to say for sure, which I'm kind of like scared to. I kind of don't want to. But like that's speaking to the quality of it. Like, me saying I don't want to rewatch a movie has never been more of a compliment. Like, in terms of like, oh, this did what it would set out to do so effectively, and I'm now like, I am seated. I am sat for any future Curry Barker movies. And I will also be sat with the Backrooms. My showing starts in 20 minutes, so I kind of need to go. Arrivederci! See Obsession! See it! Don't see Mando and Glupshido! See Obsession!